Hey guys, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel, and I am here with another I need to ask you guys to help me video. So I've never done a Pan That Palette face palette edition. In fact, I've never really even done a Pan That Palette, let's face it. I've said I am, but like it never works out. I never do a good job. Like I end up basically like quitting and then just being like, hey guys, here it is, like whatever. But I thought, let me try a face palette and see if I can do it. So I have 4 options to show you guys, and I'm gonna kind of talk through what I think. You were really helpful with my Pan That palette for next year, deciding what I wanted to do between the Rowan, the Revlon, and the Tom Ford quads. So I thought, let me bring this idea to you and get your thoughts on these palettes because I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. So let me get into the choices with you. Okay, now I'm not under any delusion that I will finish these in a year. My biggest hope is to perhaps just hit pan in all of the pans that in the palette that I choose, and then maybe move on to another one. Next year is my year to play, not to finish. So I really just want to play and see if I can hit pan so that the following year, maybe I can finish things again. So here are my powder options. I'm gonna only choose one Pan That palette. I have 2 powder and 2 cream options, and I'll let you know my thoughts as I go through. The first one in this Charlotte Tilbury Mini Film Star Bronze in Glow. This is gorgeous. Every time I pull it into a project, I end up really liking it. But I have not really used a lot of it at all. You can see that there is a little bit of wear on the pans, but nothing like really to be said much of. So let me give you a swatch. The thing I really like about this palette is that it really is a good choice for my skin tone. They work beautifully on my skin. But the other thing I know is that I also have a bunch of other powders that I really would like to get used on. That's my dilemma with the powders. Plus, I really wanted to have, well, okay, that's not true. I was going to say I really wanted to have all-encompassing, but that's okay with me. Okay, next up is NARS. This is the palette that Jaylon decluttered to me, and the pans that are in here are Hot Sand, the highlighter, and Laguna. That's a bronzer. Now, the Laguna bronzer, and this is basically untouched. So there we go. The Laguna bronzer is one of my favorite formulas or favorite colors of bronzer on me. And there is that one. So we have the Bronze and Glow and then the NARS. Charlotte Tilbury and NARS. Okay. So there's that. Then I have 2 cream palettes that I'm trying to, that I have in the running as well. The first one is this e.l.f. and Petitzion Electric Mood. This is the e.l.f. Electric Mood times Petitzion palette. This was gifted to me from Amy, and her channel is Curly's Curiosities. It used to be Curly Loves Beauty and Books. But here's the palette. It's really lovely. I like it a lot. But the bronzer is more like a contour. So let me swatch this for you. It is lovely. Ruth said her highlighter went off. Mine has not gone off yet. So highlighter, blush, bronzer. Holy moly. Now, yes, the bronzer is super dark. But let me shear it out. Now it just looks like a big muddy mess. It does work for me. I just have to go really light-handed with it. And then my last, but certainly not least, item is the Tarte Breezy Sea palette. This is so gorgeous. I really love it. And this has a bronzer, that's a freaking huge bronzer, and 2 creams, blushes. But again, I'm not looking to finish it. I'm just looking to hit pan. So here are the contenders. I will put them here. Bronzer, blush, blush. Okay, sorry, I'm wiping my fingers off so I don't mix everything together. So there are the shades. I gotta kind of like turn my wrist really funny. Okay, so Charlotte Tilbury, NARS, ELF, Tarte. Here are my thoughts. My first instinct was the Charlotte Tilbury because it's expensive and I'm like, let me get good use out of it now before it goes bad in my collection. And the NARS one I just kind of threw in because I thought it was small. So honestly, I probably won't be choosing the NARS, but I do want to hear your thoughts. So my first instinct was this Bronze and Glow. Then I was like, well, what if I do a cream one because creams go bad quicker. So that's why I pulled out the ELF and the Tarte. The Tarte is more of a high end, so like definitely want to get use on it before it goes bad. But this ELF one has all the things in it, bronzer, blush, and highlight. So I was like, okay. Now, in the end, my gut is saying the Charlotte Tilbury or the ELF. Like these are kind of like my 2 final choices. And I guess if somebody was like, pick, I'd probably say ELF because it has the 4 items. But my heart is really like, no, pick the Charlotte Tilbury because it's more expensive. So you see the conundrum I'm in. I really just am not sure what to do. And you guys gave me really good advice for the eyeshadow palettes that I had to choose from. So you'll see my choice in January. But I really thought, well, let me put these out there and see what your thoughts were on these because I just am kind of going back and forth. I still am like, do I even want to do a face palette? But I think I'm really gearing toward yes, I do. So I really would like to hear your thoughts. So thank you so much for listening, giving me part of your day. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.